The storm raged on, its fury unrelenting as it battered the lighthouse against the unforgiving rocks below. Ethan Walker's heart raced within his chest as he fought to maintain his footing atop the precarious tower. His eyes darted between the howling winds and the treacherous path ahead, each step a battle for survival. His gloved hands shook, gripping tightly onto the rusty handrail as he ascended higher into the tempestuous darkness. The roar of the gale was deafening, its icy breath seeping through his weathered coat like a malevolent entity seeking to claim him whole. As he neared the top, he spotted a glimmer of light emanating from the lantern room. With renewed determination, Ethan pushed onward, the flickering glow guiding him towards safety. He burst into the relative calm of the lighthouse chamber, slamming the door shut behind him to ward off the storm's relentless assault. Panting heavily, he leaned against the cold stone wall and glanced around at his makeshift sanctuary. Rows of meticulously maintained lanterns lined the shelves, their glass lenses reflecting the soft light cast by the oil-fired lamp in its metal cradle. Ethan's eyes settled on a small wooden chest tucked away beside the lamp. He approached it hesitantly, as if sensing an unspoken warning from within. With a deep breath, he lifted the lid and extracted an old leather-bound journal. The worn cover creaked open beneath his fingers like the groan of ancient secrets awakening. The first page was blank, its parchment as smooth as snow. The subsequent entries were cryptic, scrawled in a hand that seemed to writhe across the pages with an unnatural energy. Dates and times blurred together within their disjointed narrative, describing encounters with mysterious figures beneath the light of eclipses, solstices, and other celestial events. The final entry was dated over a century prior. The truth is written in blood, upon stone. Seek the map, hidden where shadows fall. Ethan closed the journal, his mind reeling with unanswered questions. Who penned these enigmatic words? What secrets did they hold within their labyrinthine text? Gaze falling upon the spiral staircase leading down into darkness. Shadows danced across its stone walls like restless spirits, taunting him to descend and uncover the hidden chamber the journal alluded to. A sudden jolt of electricity coursed through the lighthouse as a bolt of lightning struck nearby, illuminating the space in stark white light before fading into gloom once more. The storm's fury intensified, whipping winds howling around the tower like a chorus of lost souls. In this moment of chaos, Ethan felt compelled to obey the journal's command. He hurried down the staircase, his boots echoing off stone steps that seemed to spiral forever downwards into darkness. At last he reached a heavy iron door adorned with ancient symbols, their meaning long forgotten by time. A key was required to unlock it, and Ethan's mind raced through memories of lighthouse maintenance records, trying to recall any mention of such an entrance. Just as his patience began to wane, he remembered a faded diagram tucked away in the keeper's logbook, a rough sketch detailing the hidden chamber beneath the tower. According to the illustration, a second key was required for this particular lock. Ethan rushed back up the stairs, determined to find it amidst the scattered records and tools. In his haste, he stumbled upon an old chest in the keeper's quarters which he had previously overlooked. He rummaged through its contents until his fingers closed around a rusty iron key. Returning to the hidden door, Ethan inserted the key into its lock with shaking hands. It clicked open with a satisfying hiss of ancient metal against stone. Beyond lay a narrow passage winding downwards like an underground tunnel. Ethan stepped inside, his heart pounding in anticipation as he fumbled for matches in his pocket and struck them alight. The flickering flame revealed rough-hewn walls lined with strange symbols etched into the rock, another cryptic message warning of some terrible fate. But what secrets lay at their end? As he advanced down the passage, Ethan noticed a faint glow emanating from ahead, growing brighter with each step. He quickened his pace, breath bated, until suddenly he was confronted by an enormous stone door, its surface covered in arcane symbols and wards. Before him rested a heavy iron ring attached to the center of the door, the map's final destination. With trembling fingers, Ethan grasped the ring and pulled down with all his might. The massive slab creaked open, revealing a cavernous chamber filled with an otherworldly light. Rows upon rows of ancient artifacts lined the walls, while large, leather-bound tomes sat atop ornate wooden pedestals, relics of some dark and forgotten ritual. Ethan stepped inside, awestruck by the sheer scale of the hidden repository, his mind reeling from the weight of discovery. He moved cautiously towards a pedestal laden with books, each cover embossed with strange runes that seemed to shift and writhe before his eyes. As he reached out to touch one, a voice echoed through the chamber, speaking in an ancient tongue that sent shivers down Ethan's spine. "Who dares disturb the sanctum of the keepers?" it demanded, its words like a cold wind through Ethan's very soul. He froze, unsure how to respond or even if he should speak at all, until he heard footsteps behind him and turned to see Captain Reed emerging from the passage. The captain's eyes were wide with shock as he surveyed the chamber, his weathered face illuminated by an otherworldly glow emanating from ancient artifacts. "By Neptune's beard," he whispered, "this is no ordinary lighthouse." Ethan nodded mutely in agreement, feeling the hairs on the back of his neck rise at the implication. Together, they approached one of the pedestals, where a large tome lay open to an illustration depicting a lighthouse very similar to their own, but with a malevolent presence lurking within its depths. As Ethan leaned closer, he noticed a date etched into the bottom corner, 1845, the same year his father vanished. "Look at this," Captain Reed said softly, pointing to a passage on the facing page. "It seems our lighthouse was part of an occult ritual aimed at harnessing storm energy to summon something." He glanced around nervously as if fearing those very entities might be listening. Ethan's gaze fell upon another illustration nearby, one showing a keeper standing atop his lighthouse, arms outstretched and eyes vacant. In the background, dark clouds churned with an unnatural intensity, while lightning bolts danced across the sky like serpents awakened from slumber. A chill ran down Ethan's spine as he realized this depiction mirrored events unfolding around them now. "What if we're part of that ritual?" Captain Reed speculated, his voice laced with fear and awe. "What if we've been summoned here for some dark purpose?" Ethan turned to face the captain, a resolute determination burning in his eyes. "Then we'll find out what that purpose is," he declared, and put an end to it. Together they began to examine the ancient texts more closely, but as their understanding of the lighthouse's sinister history grew, so did the presence lurking within its depths, waiting to be unleashed once again amidst the fury of the storm.